Have you ever noticed how much of the Bible story revolves around seemingly insignificant people? For example, when the Lord called upon Gideon to be judge and lead the Israelite warriors in battle, his famous response was, "Please, Lord, how can I save Israel? Behold, my clan is the weakest in Manasseh, and I'm least in my father's house." When Samuel came looking for a king, David's father Jesse went down the list of all the unsuitable sons. He would have completely overlooked David as a candidate had not Samuel thoroughly exhausted all other options and twisted Jesse's arms to reveal the youngest son, who was also doing what? Tending sheep. Consider also the women who play an important role in the Bible story. Rahab, the prostitute. Ruth, the Moabite foreigner. Mary, the mother of Jesus, a peasant girl from Nazareth, of all places. And it seems that if people in the Bible story did not start out as lowly characters, God brought them low before they were tasked with leadership. Joseph was the son of Jacob, who was the patriarch of a sizable, relatively wealthy household. And Joseph was his favorite son. But it wasn't until Joseph was sold into slavery and spent several years in prison that the Lord put him to work at establishing the covenant people in Egypt, rescuing them from famine. Moses was raised as a prince in Egypt while his Israelite brethren were held captive. But it wasn't until he had spent 40 years tending the sheep in the wilderness that God called him as a leader. Even then, he did not feel up to the task. And God chose that his own son would be born not as the son of Augustus Caesar, but as the son of a carpenter. He truly emptied himself. The long and short of it is this: if you feel that you're up to the task of great service in the kingdom of God, you probably aren't. And if you think you're not, God may have more in store for you than you might imagine. You see, you already have the important ingredient to be an effective leader: lowliness. In a passage of practical advice for life in the Spirit, Paul says, "Do not be haughty, but associate yourself with the lowly. Never be wise in your own sight." Who do you seek to be with and be like? Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of God, that he may exalt you in due time. People are prone to say, "Aspire to greatness." Jesus says, "Aspire to lowliness."